slaying it. Spin all day in it. My hitters don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. They stay with it. I'm okay with it. When it come to me, they don't play with it.
Ay, wake up, shot calling. Paid what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Yeah, straight out the Lennox. That on for hours. I'm straight out the minutes. They calling up Dion, straight out the business. We take out the Sims and then take out percentage. Period, break out the minutes from capital M. Now we straight out the sentence. They pay out the payout. I'm finished. Then grade out the Lakers. The big watch the women. I gon' meet your mate. Lord, please don't save them. Minor bumps as I've been paving the road. I go to sleep, go major. Silver too, but I've been playing for gold. The metal keep close range. I cleaned up, still dangerous. Can't change West Philly raised. Wake up, shot calling. Paid what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings, yeah. Got my stacks up, I'm living out my dreams, yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine, yeah. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic. This be my tunnel music. Like cut that confetti, I'm running through it. Like clear that whole lane, I'm running through it. And if they run at me, let my youngins do it. I just married, I'm honeymooning. I got hot on my own and ain't nothing coolin'. I don't punch in no clock, a sun and moon. I'm shot, bullet, proven, let it go. Wake up, shot calling. Paid what I bought it. New crib psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings, hell yeah. Got my stacks up, I'm living out my dreams, hell yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine, hell yeah. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic. I'm so iconic. Yeah, I'm so iconic. Yeah, they don't get it, but I got it. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. This finds Carter complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
On 1st down, Hurts. Completed to his running back. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Running for it again. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Hey, 73. Try that again.
Hurts now from the gun. Into a crowd and intercepted. And the Commanders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Ready.
They've got a man in motion.
Go.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Throwing the out route complete. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Eagles will start their drive in optimal field position. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Hurts. Cut out left. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Hurts looking to throw. That's incomplete left side.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Good. Crown left Yanni. Go Silver, ready?
Hurts setting up to throw. Has a man. It's Brown. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this third down. Hurts throwing again. That's going to be caught by Carter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
From the red zone now. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense back.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles go up 6-0 here in the first. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, they'll run. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at second and pretty short. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. Pickup of 2 here. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And they catch up to him, but not. He's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
And he's able to fight this down to the 2. Give him 7 on the play, and now they have 2nd and goal.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts.
And he's in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Chooses to bring this one out. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Headed out right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. This finds Smith. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Escapes the pocket. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Picked by Derek Forrest. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go.
Airing it out to start this drive. Garner's got it, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. Third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Robinson. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. So I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
They've got first down from the 31. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Trying again following the sack. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Commanders looking at 3rd and 4. They'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down here at the 16. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Washington. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Patterson on for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Commanders break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Completed over the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. From the 40 on second down. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And 4th and 4 coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Only 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. They'll throw on first. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Back to throw it. Finds a man right side. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Wow, they must really trust in this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Elliott all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. And that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Okay, you hear me in my talk back all the time with our producer saying, hey, circle that play. Hey, you just never know. You just never know in this league, in these games that are so close, which can be the play that really sparks the turnaround. And defensively, you needed to get off the field. Defensively, you wanted to give the ball back to your offense in a one-score game, and that 3rd down sack, well, it just did it.
Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Eagles will take possession.
Great, set.
On first down, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. Chased out to his right. And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. But he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Got to figure out this third down here.
Don't touch that. 73. 73.
Hurts setting up to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Eagles are in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. They already got... Turnover on down, so they're just going to decline this penalty. They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And he drives this into the pouring rain. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. So no return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Again, the throw now on 2nd and 10. Got Sinnott. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing off the play fake here. And the man is there to knock that away.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception with just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders now lead by 10. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Don't touch that. Don't touch.
A play fake now hurts to throw. That one's complete right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Second and 15. Taken in by Smith. He's got a gain of 6 there. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. There's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Hey, Silver.
On third down, it's Hurts. Completed left side to Smith. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Don't touch that. Don't touch.
Hurts throwing again. He'll get this one to Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Ball at the 33 for first down.
Great.
Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to throw, Hurts. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. From the red zone now. Misfire there, couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. On 4th down, Hurts. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Hey, 73, 73.
He's throwing for it. On the move, headed right. Fights off the pressure. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, Shaq.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go.
From the 32. Finds him over the middle. Keeps it moving. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Hawk 70, set. Mustang 19, Buffalo 18. Hunt.
Back now, pressure on its way. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking for a throw here. And this is another incompletion.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Koo able to put it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Derek Forrest able to make the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Great.
From the 36. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. But following his interception, he remains out there. Looks like he got banged up pretty badly on that play. They'll send someone out to look at him. They kick the running back in motion. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tie.
And his kick is blocked. Now this is picked up inside the 30. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. 30. Gets the 10. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles come through to tie it in the 4th. The touchdown brought it even, and this try can give them a 4th quarter lead. And he comes through on the kick to give them the lead here in the 4th quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
Running back sent in motion. Pass play on 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Running for the marker on 2nd. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. The handoff on 3rd and short. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Ready up.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Setting up a throw. Varner with the grab. And they bring him down around the 34.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Sack. Warriors 70. Cup 19. Cup 19. Hunt.
From the 34. Completed over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
7 Pirates. Sack. Hunt, hunt.
Back to throw it. Varner's got it. Complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Sack. Ready.
Back to throw now. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And now it's 2nd down.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Ready, ready.
He's back to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And it sets up second down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Hurts trying again on second down. This finds Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Go Silver, ready? Yeti.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Hurts throwing again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So now it's going to be third and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
63.
Looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So that brings up fourth and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll run here on first down. And he's brought down for a loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders lead by only 2.
On the ready.
Offense to the line for second down.
Go, Rick. Go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Got for big yards on the right side. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders go up by 8 at the end. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. You gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts now from the gun. He's on the move. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? So it's second down coming up.
Defense, relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. On first down, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
73. Now left, Yanni. Hey, Silver. Don't touch.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Don't touch.
Throwing now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're staring at fourth and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
Now left, Yanni. Hey, 73. Don't touch.
Desperation time here on fourth. Put the body on the line for his team. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
Now left, Yanni. Don't touch.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Throwing this back in the end zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up second down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Don't touch.
Second and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with third and long.
Great. Set. Don't touch.
To throw. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked by Derek Forrest. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
That's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C.